what I thought I would do here is take you through my cooking, because everybody always asks, well, okay, you make dehydrated food, well, how do you cook it? How do you heat up your food, and what do you do? So, and what does your stove look like, and how big is it, and you know, stuff like that. So I thought I would just do a short little video, show you exactly how I'm going to cook on trail. So I'll put you down right here. So right here, this is my stove, and it's the duplex. No, sorry, that's tent. This is my stove, and this is the dualist. So it's made for 2 people. I kind of got rid of the stuff that it came with. I don't have that in here. That's not what we're taking for the PCT. I was going to scrap the bag, and then, you know, because it's extra weight, but decided not to. Sometimes this gets really dirty, and especially if you're going to cook over a real fire from the flames and the coals and whatnot, and then having to put that in your backpack with it being a mess. I just didn't want to have to do that. So I think I'll carry the little bit of extra weight and keep it in the bag. Plus that way it kind of keeps, this here is kind of some, you know, sharp edges, not sharp to touch them or anything like that, but sharp as far as having my goose down sleeping bag in there and jacket, that I don't want it to wreck anything. So we will keep the bag. So here you just squeeze the handle and bring it down. That keeps the lid on. That's the lid. We have the lighter. This here is the stove. The tin foil, which I'll show you what I use that for. And then the fuel. So everything fits into here. This fits about, geez, I almost want to say at least 3 cups of water, maybe 4, at least 4 cups of water. There isn't any actual measurements on it. So we fill that up. So this is the stove in this little bag. And it's similar to what they call a pocket rocket, which is the name brand version of this. This I purchased off of Amazon for $6 from China. And I bought this 5 years ago when we did the West Coast Trail, Larry and I. And it served us well. It is still working today. Even the igniter works, and we've never had any issues with it. So this is what we've still been using, and I'm still going to keep using it until it no longer works anymore. So what it does is you pull these here apart, and it brings that apart there just so that your stove can sit on something. And these just flip in and out for when packing it up. So you screw this on here on the fuel. Just like so. Like so. You fill your pot with water. You put it on there with the lid. If it's really windy, this is what I use the tin foil for. It saves on fuel, and it helps so that the flame doesn't go out. So you can just wrap it around in whichever direction the wind is going. And you can wrap it fully around if you want it fully around, or just block it at certain times. So you save a lot of fuel by doing that. It kind of just directs the heat just to the pot, which is kind of nice. So, and it doesn't take very long for this to boil at all. Once it's boiled, this is what we cook in. we used to cook in this, and then you're having to clean it out, wash it out, that sort of thing. With doing the Pacific Crest Trail, we decided to go with the plastic Ziploc method. We each have one of these. Another thing is because we are doing for 3 people, all of it can be heated up with this one pot. Everybody has a different meal that they're eating. Your meal goes in here. You put 2 cups of water in with your dehydrated meal. You shake it up, put it in the cozy, which we made, and put it in there and let it sit for 20 minutes. In 20 minutes, your food is hydrated and it's ready to eat, and it's still hot. Then to do dishes, you simply boil some more water, which if you're anything like us, we'll be boiling water anyway for our either after dinner hot chocolate, coffee, or apple cider. You boil some water, you put some hot water in here, you put the lid on, you give it a shake, and you dump it out. Give it a little wipe with a bandana, and it's done. It's clean. If you ever have any particles that aren't coming off, you can even just put a little bit of sand in there with the water, and the grit from the sand will really scrub everything off. Give it some good shakes and dump it out. Put some clean water in, shake it, dump it, and it's clean. So this is the system that we decided to go with for the PCT, and I have tried it out. We've used it at the Adirondacks this year, and I've rehydrated all our meals that I've trialed in there, just to make sure that they're all going to heat up properly and, rehydrate properly, and everything seems to be working out. So I can't see it being an issue. And yeah, so that is how we cook on trail. And then we have a little cup that we'll be bringing for our hot chocolate or coffee. But this is the stove. We don't yet know how long one of these will last us, because we've only ever done a 7-day. So this will be a test. What we're going to do, what I've seen some people do, and it's a really good idea, is actually to put a little tick with just a permanent marker, or with a scratch mark with a knife if you needed to, in the side. So then you can kind of gauge how many times you've turned it on and used it to boil water. So then you know from the ticks when you need to replace the fuel. So we will be going by that system as well. But as far as, it's very nice and handy that everything fits in here, and for 3 people, this is sufficient enough to be taking on trail for 3 people. So it really saves down on the weight when you can split it up between 2 people, because Heavenly's not really carrying any of this stuff, but it really saves on weight when you can share what you're carrying. But yeah, so then this just folds right back up. Put it in the little baggie. Like I said, the igniter on the side does work, and we've never had any issues, but of course we always carry a lighter as backup, and we always carry waterproof matches as a backup too. Again, something I've never needed, but I always carry just in case. And it all just fits in there. This snaps down on there. It fits in the bag, and you're ready to go. And then my little kitchen knife. This is actually the only knife that I carry on trail. It's a Bear Grylls knife, and it's very teeny, but it's super, super sharp, and it's just basically to open my bags of food is pretty much what that is used for. So that's my kitchen set right there. Hope this helped you guys realize how we are going to be cooking on trail and see that it is actually fairly easy and doable. It doesn't take much time at all. Now, if you buy your own food, you won't even have to go with this system, because a lot of those meals that you buy come in a bag that you can just add the water, and that's it. You close it up and let it sit, and it rehydrates that way. So, you know, if you're going with bought-in food, you don't even need a system like this. But those bags are actually quite heavy and not very convenient to be stuffing in a bear bin when you're very limited on food. Speaking of bear bin, I will show you, for all of you that have asked me what my bear bin looks like. This is my bear bin. It is the Backpacker's Cache, and this is the one that you have to use in the Adirondacks. So this is the one that I have. I've just stuck my stickers all over it from places that we've been. And you get into it from up here. You use a knife or a quarter or something and twist these, and but anyway, you turn these with a quarter or something, and then there's a little button here, and you pop it up, and then this top piece comes up, and you fill it with food. Now, when you have those bags, that one meal is, you know, this big, to try to get everything in there and fit. Sometimes if you have to fit 7 to 10 days of food in here, it's not going to happen with those big bags. So I always package my own. Anyway, that is the kitchen set. Thanks for watching. Bye.